No question, the banana is America's favorite fruit. But why? It's a tropical fruit that grows great around the equator. When we were in Costa Rica, bananas were homegrown and available in multiple varieties. No worries about shipping or over ripeness. How could it work getting this hard to ship fruit to the U.S.? Bananas are wild tropical fruits with hundreds of indigenous varieties growing in Asia and various Pacific islands. The banana is not a tree, it's a perennial herb, just the largest one. Actually, there are many species of flowering plants within the same genus. The key difference is an herb does not have a woody stem. Bad news for the woodpecker, great for the bananaquit. Bananas were probably first domesticated in New Guinea, possibly as early as 10,000 years ago. Cultivation spread, and different species and varieties were produced and hybridized. Banana farming was important in Southeast Asia. Some 670 varieties were grown in India, more than anywhere else. Farming spread west across tropical Eurasia and into Africa. The Roman Pliny the Elder wrote about banana origins, thinking they came from India. The Columbian Exchange brought the banana west into the New World. Bananas can be classified as either dessert bananas or plantains used for cooking. The Cavendish banana is the major dessert banana. The fruit forms in a large hanging cluster called a bunch, which develops into about 20 bananas, which might weigh about 100 pounds. More on Cavendish later. Harvesting and shipping bananas presents some difficulties. Plantains are called cooking bananas with more starch and less sugar than dessert bananas. Although they can be eaten raw, they are usually boiled, fried, or made into flour for use in baked products. In many countries, they are sliced and deep fried to create chips. They mature all year and therefore are a reliable staple, particularly useful in developing countries. Bananas reached Africa by way of the Indian Ocean in four waves. Those that grew in high elevations, African plantains, then rainforest plantains, and finally East African highland bananas. They became important for subsistence across tropical Africa. Bananas, and particularly plantains, are important staples for up to 70 million people. Thanks to the Columbian Exchange, bananas were grown in tropical America. The Portuguese brought bananas to the Canary Islands in 1516. Missionaries planted them in the Caribbean around 1750. Of course, bananas became widespread in Brazil, a major producer, but most are consumed locally. What became the major banana for export, the Gros Michel, Big Mike, was transported from Southeast Asia to the Caribbean in the early 19th century. Gros Michel plantations were started in Jamaica from Martinique about 1830. Bananas are now grown in 135 countries. India, China, and Uganda are the largest producers, mainly for domestic consumption. Ecuador and the Philippines are the largest exporting countries, and Costa Rica exports over $1 billion worth annually.